So I'm actually going to press play here so you can sort of see those particles, okay? So I want to get this type of motion. So what I want you to do to follow along is when you open this up, you will see bloop, bloop. Oh, you know what? Let's just go revert to saved. Yes. You'll see this when you open it up. You don't have anything. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add the emitter. So we'll go simulate particles emitter, we'll drop it in, and then we need to place it in the right spot. Here's what we'll do. We'll make the emitter a child of one of these lights, which are at the feet. And then in that emitter's coord tab, just put a 0 in the position and a 0 in the rotation values. And then it will be centered on that light, which is where it needs to be. Now its size is too big, so I'll go ahead and scale it down like so. And I'm gonna press play, and just the particles coming straight out, and they're too slow. So I'm gonna go and in the attributes particle tab, increase the speed. I'm gonna add a couple zeros in there. That's probably too much, just 1 0. Let's say 500. Okay, 500 is good. And then I'm going to go 100 particles. And I actually don't want these to be such a solid stream. I want them to sort of spread out. And to do that, we actually go to the emitter tab where we have this angle, horizontal or vertical. So if I increase the vertical angle, then it's like fanning out a paper fan. You know, you're spreading those particles out on that one axis. And then we have vertical, which we can increase and spread it out on the other axis, right? So that's definitely too much. I'm going to turn those values down, whatever, like 20 degrees for both of them. So just enough that they're, you know, maybe that's even too much. Let's try 5 and 5. So they're just sort of starting to spread out. The farther away the particles go, the more obvious that'll be. But anyway, let's go ahead and add now the force wind. And I am going to set the rotation of this wind like, I don't know, I just don't want it to be pointing in the same direction that it's already going. And I think here I will add some turbulence. So I'm going to go to the wind speed and double that. I'm going to set the turbulence within the wind itself to 200%, and the scale of that turbulence to 170, excuse me, and then 1,000 for the frequency, right? So basically, the point here is that you're just sort of entering these values so that you can see that they're greater than the slider, and that's unclamped, so you can go beyond 100%. And I'm starting to get this motion. They are living for too long, so I'm going to set the life time of these to something more like, let's see what 30 looks like. Yeah, that's actually, I don't hate that. I'm just sort of getting like this exhaust. I could make it a little longer by increasing that lifetime, 35, or doubling it to 60. And that's probably too much. But I'm also going to add variation to all of this. So some particles will die sooner than others, and I think that makes sense for smoke. So I'm going to add whatever 25% variation to the lifetime, the speed variation 5%. I'm going to leave the rotation as is, but I want these to actually get bigger. Now, if I render this, oh, I got to go to my other layout here. So if you do have Redshift, you can do the start IPR thing, and Let's pause that playback. Now there's depth of field here. So let's actually turn that off by, in the render settings, you open on this icon, then disable Redshift post effects temporarily. Okay, so I don't actually see any of these particles, so I need something on here. In Redshift, what we can do is use a tag, but if you don't have Redshift, you can just add a sphere, put it into the emitter, turn on show objects, and yeah, it's not playing. And then you'll see that sphere. Now, this is too large, so I'm going to set it to like, I don't know, 1. Is that going to be? Let's check 5. Okay, we'll say 5, right? Now, in the emitter, I want them at the end to be much greater. So I'm going to set the end scale to, let's say, 50. So, you know, as you've already learned from Chad Nick, every particle is born, lives, and then dies, okay? And during its life, this end scale says you're going to just continue to grow until you get to be 50 times, or whatever number you put there, the scale that you were born at. And you can add some variation here as well. So whatever, 25%. And let's see, I got the wind in here. So let's increase the speed because they're all pretty close together. So I'm going to go to speed and say whatever, 750, rewind and play. And Redshift is still sort of rendering, so let's actually stop the IPR so we can sort of see that. And now we're getting like, imagine each one sphere is like, you know, a puff of smoke, right? To actually make that look like a puff of smoke, what you need to do for Redshift is, instead of using that sphere, we're going to go to the emitter and add the Redshift tag object, Redshift object tag, and then it has this particles tab. And I'm going to set its mode to, let's try optimized spheres. So it is in fact this last material in the list. Let's apply it to the emitter. And then in Redshift, the particle will receive that material with its noise and the transparency. You can inspect that at a later time. Now we just need to put that on the other leg, and we can do that simply by duplicating the emitter. Let's turn off. I'm not used to the standard layout. So I'm just going to zoom in here so I can see that emitter on that 1 foot. And then I'm just going to select it, and then by holding Control or Command, click and drag over like so on that 1 axis handle. So now I have these 2 emitters. I'll rewind and press play. And there we go. They're both streaming out. I'm going to make the second emitter a child of the other light. And cool. So that's like, you know, another pretty simple effect.